5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring it on in, Justine.
Well, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I just didn't have the energy this time around.
Yeah, little tea will get you.
That burrito took it out of you. Huh?
Yep.
I'm not used to working more than 3 hours a day. My goodness.
Nothing brings a man down like impotence. Ruin your whole life.
Telling you, brah. So how was your guys this week? Wait, who are you? You're Justine.
Am I Alan? Wait, who sits over here?
I don't know. What happened? Things got kind of twisted up.
I'm Earl.
Yeah.
I'm Earl.
Oh,
This makes me feel like remember in 2014 when we used to sit in these spots? Oh, man.
Back in the good old days.
When we didn't have gray hair and stuff?
Trump era. Yeah, life was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sweating, man.
Now we're all beat
I'm
down.
Justin.
I'm Al.
I'm Earl.
It's because there's a lot of pressure sitting in that seat over there, buddy.
Oh, it was that spicy sauce for the burrito.
No, you're nervous.
I am. It's first time.
Spicy burro sauce?
First time.
So how's everybody doing?
Burrito.
How's
Good.
everybody at home doing? Go ahead and comment below.
Yep.
See in the comments, they hate us.
You have the best
You
comments
guys
ever.
suck. I keep seeing that comment over
Who
and
did
over.
that?
If you guys
Who
aren't-
did that?
If you guys aren't seeing any comments showing up, it's because people love us so much. We get so many comments that YouTube has to take some of the good stuff away.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was because we look so masculine that they want to say that we suck, but they're afraid.
Could be. So, do you want to do a drink review on your Cayman Jack there?
Well, I mean, not really. This no sugar one is terrible.
Don't get Cayman Jack anything with no sugar.
With no sugar.
He couldn't get all the way done with the second one.
Yeah. Got zero
Was that your
erections.
second?
Yep.
All right, I'll try one after my beer.
The first one went down easy because
That's much better.
I was
What'd
driving.
you do?
You're like distorting there. I muted
so
you.
okay, do we need to start over again? All right, folks, Mike's got more energy.
All right.
Much better. Okay, now remember what you did so that you don't fuck it up again next time. We only got like
A real engineer would put little marks on
800
their
episodes.
board.
I'm not a real engineer, asshole. I'll just do that.
Is it too early to say the F word?
You look like one. You can't hold me down.
This guy's been using this equipment for like 2 years now. He still doesn't have it down.
Little John is my idol.
It's not like we're changing the soundboard up on you every week.
You want to sit here? You want to try this? I bet you can't even last 2 seconds.
Oh,
It'd be
dude,
like,
it'd probably be the
what do
best
I press?
podcast
What
ever.
the- too many colors.
Oh,
See?
shit.
Oh, random mic button push is already better than anything else done.
That's what I was
Fuck
trying
you
to say.
guys. Fuck you. I quit. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you.
I'm out.
Fuck you.
I'm out.
Who's
Fuck
next?
you guys.
So
That's right.
Next
we're
topic.
not.
Next topic. Fuck you.
No, I want to
Fuck you. Next topic.
go more into the Cayman Jack and the zero sugar. So it tastes horrible.
It does.
Do not get it.
The regular sugar is very sweet, but tastes like shit. This is good on a hot day, minus the no sugar bullshit.
So get the sweet one on a hot day.
Yeah, on a hot day, they're super
So
good.
it's kind of like a Mike's
Yeah, it's a margarita. Tastes like a margarita, like you'd get on the rocks.
hangover helper.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's not a blowjob, but in
No, that's. I mean, talking after.
fact, that thing actually cuts your penis when you try to put it in there. It's no good.
All right, man. That's cool. That's cool. Well, the shop's going up. I'm happy to announce.
It is.
It is framed out. It's got one man door on it, and the 2 garage doors are framed out, and the 8x10 garage door also is framed out.
When is it
So
gonna
need
be
another
done?
man door install, and the sheeting will start going on as soon as the installation
I like it the way it
arrives.
is. It's very air. There doesn't get too
airy.
hot in
When
there.
it's supposed to be
Open and airy.
done.
Probably the end of next week.
You know,
End of next year.
when I pulled up, Mike, there was another podcast trying to take it over already back there.
Possibly the end of this week. Except
Huh.
the garage doors. Now, this building company, which I will reveal once the building's up and I've written my review, I'll direct you to go read the review because it's probably going to be scathing. But now they're giving me the runaround on the garage doors. So they don't know. They told me that they got them somewhere in mid-April.
They don't know who they're fucking with because they don't know that tens of people watch this show every week.
That's right. Done.
Just look at the views.
D-U-N. Done.
Just look at the views.
Can't believe it. You drinking that lemonade like it's nothing.
I was trying to make that lemonade look like beer by adding a little bit of piss.
I mean, the only thing that makes it look like beer is you look exactly like Norm.
Oh, yeah. No, I bet I do. Absolutely.
And your Cliff.
Yeah. And your Cliff.
Yes.
Is that what's going on?
And probably most of our audience don't know who those two characters are.
Yeah, our audience is millennials. Well, who is our audience?
We've pretty much taken over that Tucker Carlson audience.
Yeah, oh, definitely. That's why our ratings
Minus
keep going
300
up.
million or so or whatever.
Dude, we're going to
that
be
number
the
was.
best podcasts on Spotify here.
Well, when they take down the internet and we're doing it over ham radio, we might be the only podcast.
Do you have a ham license?
I don't. Do you need one?
Do you have a ham license?
No, I'm working on it though. Seriously.
You don't have to know Morse code anymore.
Yeah.
What is required to get a ham license?
You used to have to know how to take a Morse code test.
Yeah, you got to take a test.
What is the test? Like
Like what frequencies does something operate in, and
You have to understand the traveling of the radio waves.
I don't know.
what about how a microwave works? Does that count?
Well, it's not exactly.
Well, no. But I'm working on it. I'm actually.
I want to get a ham radio license. We should make that a mission for the podcast.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll get it.
I think it's in June. The next test.
Oh, they have like actual scheduled tests.
Like you could do it online, but like if you want to do it like actual
In person,
person, I think it's in June.
which is how I prefer to
Really?
take tests.
Yeah, and don't quote me on this, but
Oh,
so what I hear is that the interest in ham radios is really going down, or really went down. So
Because people are too stupid to take the test.
so
well,
what happens if you use a ham radio and you don't have a license?
you can get fined by the FCC.
Isn't the only thing you have to do when you do a ham radio
You
is just
could
do
do-
this before?
You can
No,
do
I
you can
hear
do
the,
CB all day long, but ham you need to have a license.
Yeah, it works on a different frequency.
So
but,
can you buy a ham radio without a license?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can listen. You just can't talk.
Oh, it's
Right.
like having a gun with no serial numbers.
This has been like my dad's a ham operator. My grandpa was a ham radio operator. So I remember when we were kids, we went up in the attic while my dad and mom went on vacation. My grandparents were watching us, and we got the Heath kit out of the attic, and we hooked it all up. And then my grandpa actually got on and started talking to people
Yeah.
because you used to build your own ham radio.
Yeah, you can talk to the other side of the world. Depends on the atmosphere and whatnot. Bounce a signal off the moon and stuff like that.
Off the atmosphere, something like that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of like ions and duodes and diodes and stuff like that, and it's just magic. So it's like here's you, here's the other guy, and then in between it's just magic.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, like the interest in ham radio or getting a license is really plummeted. So when you go take your test, it's better to do it in person, because a lot of times I never said this, and don't quote me on this, but a lot of times you'll slide if you get
It's good. You're close enough.
You won't, because I'm pretty sure if you don't look like a white supremacist, you're not going to get your ham radio license, Al.
no, but they'll be like, well, he's Asian, he'll just build his own.
You're like a sympathizer.
He'll
Like I
build,
said, you used to build your own kits anyway.
yeah.
They used to sell a kit and you build the
And they're
radio.
probably expensive, huh?
No.
Not anymore.
The
They
radio.
used to be freaking super expensive. My dad's rig in his garage was pretty pricey, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it can be. It's like buying an AR-15. It can be
It's like
very
binoculars. You can buy the $30 ones, or you can buy the $3,000 binoculars.
How big of an antenna do you have to have for that?
You can. It depends. If you want to have a base station at your home, I don't know what the actual height, whatever, but
My dad, I think, had a 30-footer off his chimney.
is the decibels though? You can't. The power wattage of it has to be below a certain.
Don't you have to turn it
Watch.
down at night? Isn't there something to that?
I want one that can reach all the way to the airplanes.
Yeah, yeah. You can listen to cockpit transmissions or whatnot. But I mean,
Word.
you have handheld ones.
Because, like,
That
you're...
you can have mobile
I think
ones. in the
CB
car.
is line of sight in like 10 meters or something like that. So you need line of sight. You're going to get your best signal. This, like he's saying, bounces off shit. So you can talk to people in freaking Argentina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's better than the dating apps.
Yeah. if you want a good, spicy South American woman, yeah, absolutely, bro.
Let me rethink this. Hold on.
No, but so when the zombie apocalypse happens,
It's almost there. There's a lot of fucking idiots.
we have
out there.
no ways to, because your cell phone's not going to work anymore. The landline's not going to work. You won't have internet. So ham radio. I mean, you can power it. You can have it.
What do you mean the internet is free for everyone?
It's just not going to be there. No, you could.
The idea is it won't be there, or if an EMP pulse hits or something like that.
Yeah, you can actually have one in your car, so you run off your car's battery. You know,
Your Tesla battery?
yeah. It's just
And
another
electronics.
means of communication that would have a. You'll most likely that'll be the only way to communicate.
Except for the fact that
through
you sold out and got rid of all your gas and other forms of. You're living off the electric
Yeah.
grid, which no longer exists.
No
Sold
longer
all your
exists.
ammunition. Yeah, you have guns but no ammunition because you sold all your ammunition.
So you got
Like,
Yeah,
Well,
but you
I
know how
was
much
really
those guns
hungry.
hurt when somebody throws one at you?
I was really hungry on the first day, so I had to sell all my ammunition.
could have just done blowjobs, Mike.
No, that's what I plan to do because I don't have any ammunition. Why would I have ammunition?
Why wouldn't you
I don't
just-
have any guns.
Buy some bandoleros. Is that what those are called? The straps across your chest and just
Chewbacca.
carry
fucking,
all of them?
Yeah, I never seen Chewbacca ever remove anything from his belt that he wore across his shoulders.
Because he was shooting lasers.
He didn't
Mike.
have to. He was so badass with the hand-to-hand combat.
Never
set.
had to reload.
Never
or
had
anything.
to. Yeah. He's just badass.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. That makes sense too if you think about it. So,
Nice.
what else were we going to talk about? Shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we can make a challenge. Ham radio operator license. I'll do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm down.
Fuck losing weight. That'll help us gain weight.
Hell, yeah, dude, it's like playing video games but better.
You get it.
It's
You
like
get a
having
call.
a desk job. Like me. I always wanted a desk job. Now I got one. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to sit down at the desk ever. I just want to walk around and harass the employees that I manage. That's all I do. Let's go just stand up behind them while they're working on shit. Just be like, wrong. That's what I do. And then they say I'm the best manager they've ever had.
You just get one of those carts like they have for the telehealth,
Yeah.
where they can roll it up to the doctor or roll it whatever.
Hmm.
You just roll it up to your employees and you're like, what are you doing today? You're on a freaking old AV
Just
cart
do
from the
it.
80s.
Just do a bunch of just off the wall shit, like put a paper cut to them. Like, what are you doing today? All right, that's what you're doing today. Like, I need a sample. Okay, hurry up, come on, make it fast, doctor. I told doctor I'd be back in an hour.
So what'd you
Well,
do this weekend now? Huh?
There's nothing.
Were you drunk last night?
Every night.
So, because you got up late today, man. Like 9:30, you replied to the group text.
No, I was up like 6.
Yeah, but that didn't count because you were still drinking from the from all night.
Okay, I guess. I stopped drinking at 6 a.m.
That's right that's when you were going to bed. So it doesn't really count. Yeah, so there you go. This guy's up at like 3:30 every morning
I wake up about 4 o'clock.
because usually he cuts a line and puts it on his nightstand right before he goes to bed. You just wake up and a quick little tootski and he's done.
Yep. Then I'm good.
Yeah. No, I don't have a camera in your room. I just happen
You got
to know
some,
that.
Mike? You got some now? What are we doing?
I always do. What do you think, dude? How do you think I drink so much and stay so sober? Yeah. So
it's expensive. That shit's expensive though. Just do crack. It's a
Or
lot cheaper.
fentanyl.
no, but you just buy and you
can die,
hold
yeah.
for a while, and it's going to go up in price.
Yeah.
It gains value.
What is it for a kilo now? It used to be 13.5 back in the 90s.
You buy it, and it's actually you don't hold it. You buy it, you cut it, and then you hold it. And then
Yeah.
you turn around and sell
Cut it.
Make sure
So
you
what does
cut
it go for now?
I don't know. It's expensive.
According to all my rap music I listened to, was 13.5 back in the 90s, right around there.
for a kilo? That's not bad at all, dude. Kilo can go a long way.
Is crack still a thing? Can we still make money on that, or I don't hear about it as
Well,
much?
That's what you do.
It's
You take your
cheaper.
cocaine and
Yeah.
make crack with it.
yeah, you just dilute it.
$10 hits, dude. I
Some
think they're now
baking soda?
Baking
$30.
soda. That's why it's cheaper. I mean, way cheaper.
Is that still a
So
thing, though, or is
so
people
here.
still standing on the block selling that?
It's
Yeah.
still out there. I mean, like fentanyl made a big, all this shit got like really cheap. All the opiates.
Yeah, thanks, China, for helping me out on my
Yeah,
budget.
China's got to take over every one of our markets. So, get used to it. I went and bought some binoculars.
Oh, what
I feel like we talked
you
about
got?
this before.
what you get?
Not Chinese binoculars. That was the
Oh.
biggest criteria.
So you got expensive ones.
I got
German.
German. I did get German ones,
German.
as a matter of fact. But there was many of Japanese ones in the running as well. So
I got mine from Mexico.
and there was one Czech Republic one, maybe.
The homeland.
I mean, how do you say yes in Czech?
Che. I don't know.
C.
Whoa.
Well, anyway. So now, did we talk about last week all these different companies canceling? I know we talked about Miller coming out with a feminist commercial. We talk about Ford trucks at all?
Yeah.
Oh, with that Pride truck thing?
All right, so I got a theory on all this. So, yeah, the Pride truck and everything.
Isn't it Pride
Well,
Week
you know what
or
that
Pride
is?
Month?
They get those scores. They get scored on their just wokeness, but whatever.
Willingness to be woke.
Diversity and
But
whatever.
I think that
Diversity, climate, all that. And
affirmative action.
Banks
Yeah.
base their lending rates or their lending to companies based on what kind of score you get. On
Right.
this.
So I think the underlying thing, because I think we did talk about that, but the underlying thing is you look at a communist country or socialist country, there isn't a big wide diversity of companies. So what they need to do is they need the people to cancel these companies. So I would actually almost discourage every time something like this happens because they're wanting you to go cancel out these companies. Except Target. Fuck Target. That clothing line is horseshit.
I really looked for some of those underwear so I could bring them too.
Yeah, so Target's got some
Tuckables?
the satanic clothing, Satan respects pronouns or something like that. It's like, well, that's all the more
Yeah, but
reason
they got
for me
for
to
kids.
not.
They got tuckable underwear and tuckable.
the binders and things like that.
Well,
Yeah,
buy.
like those untuckit.com
Yeah.
shirts that don't tuck in. These are things that do tuck in.
But the overall agenda, I think that they want us to cancel a multitude of companies so that we only can go to the big conglomerates like Amazon and shit like that. I think that's part of it. That's why that's why Bud Light's not reeling back. They're still not going,
Oh,
you
they
know
said
what,
they're gonna
we
be-
fucked up.
So they're going to be doing ads now with country music, football.
Yeah.
They're actually going to
Well,
sponsor
they did
some.
the freaking Clydesdales, and the one that pissed
They're going
me
to
off.
sponsor a veterans group now, which they've never done before.
That pisses me
Oh, the
off. 'cause
Camel.
You're taking
The Camel bottles.
You're going after now. You're using our disabled veterans. Get the hell out of here. That pissed me off.
Can't believe it's still a thing.
This
happened in
here's the
April.
thing. Like, if they
April
wanted
1st.
to fix it, this would have fixed. Is like, hey, you know what? We did something we thought might have been a good idea. We were wrong. It won't happen again. Boom. All the shit would have gone away. There's a reason they're not doing that.
They'll get pushback no matter what. But admitting
the
that they're
trans
wrong.
people aren't going, hey, let's support Bud Light and start drinking it.
No, actually, they're doing the opposite now because they pulled back. They're not drinking it either.
Yeah, now
Because they're mad that they reneged
in case you
on
haven't
them.
heard, Bud Light's buying expiring cases of
Yeah,
beer
they're
back.
buying
Yeah.
it back, and you can get a
Expired
rebate
beer.
if you buy. They're saying no.
All I'm saying is I'm not
$20
asking Bud
rebate.
Light to be a sponsor, but I'm all right drinking expired beer if you want to send some this way.
Well, but my point is it's not. There's something here. They want the people to push back. They want people to disagree with each other. They want the divide, however much they can divide it. So then they go and they have Miller do the similar thing.
That Miller commercial is actually really old.
Oh, okay.
Like, it
and then
didn't
there's
just-
that. All right. So, but my point is they want the people to start canceling these companies, and so and people are falling for it. So I'm not sure it's a good idea. Hey, look, if you drive a Ford truck, fine. But I don't know, man. There's something else. It is a way of controlling the population and getting them to do this canceling shit.
I don't know. I just know that when I was at home, me and my boyfriend talked about it. We're not happy with it. Kind of irritates us.
Okay, your honest opinion. Like, how pissed were you when you saw that Dylan Mulvaney thing?
I was just like, what the fuck?
You're more confused, but I don't think you were angry.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
It's like, how many drinks of those would I have to drink for that person to look good?
I'm like, well, and then especially the way it was presented. I thought everyone was calling it March Madness because we were just having a hectic month. Turns out it has to do with sports.
Yeah.
Like, that was so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't think much people or many people were angry about it. They were just confused about it. Like, what?
yeah, why is this your approach?
Yeah. And then the boycott happened, and I think
Then the Clydesdales came out walking down the street again.
and then that was insulting, though. When you see that commercial, it's like, really?
Yeah. Talking about heritage and all this other shit.
I know the last few liquor stores I've gone to, though, that Bud Light section is pretty full. Every time.
All the beer is full at my liquor store because I'm the only one buying it, I think.
If it's not
I
here,
can't keep up.
if it's not in this house, then it's in the liquor store.
I'm just saying there was plenty of Coors there today when I went to pick shit up, and there was plenty of Bud Light there too.
You
And
were-
yesterday I did in fact drink a Bud Light Platinum at a friend's house.
I knew there was a difference about you.
Well, I was like, "Whoa, this is I didn't realize this was Bud Light. I thought I tasted
You're like, this
extra
has a
soy.
really fruity taste to it.
soy. It's got a
Fucking
soy flavor."
Deep throating the bottle.
So now when you go to a liquor store, you complain every time. You're like, could you put the transvestite beers in one section instead of the imported?
Yeah, because
And
if you don't tell me about it, I find myself deep throating my long neck, and I don't understand why.
I think that would be a good demonstration for the audience. Can you do that real quick?
Oh, I'm drinking out of a mug right now. I can't get my mouth all the way
I bet you
around
can
there.
get it.
yeah. Heard stories about you.
They're just stories. They're just stories, folks.
Well, for Al and I, their experiences. But
All right. Well, we'll stick with politics theme then. Biden administration to end familial DNA testing used to detect child trafficking at the southern border. This is
so they don't want to know.
This is something Trump put in place because what was happening is people were mixing families to come across the border. So they're saying that that's not we can't be doing that. I mean, even though people are just crossing the border anyway, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But is that the only reason why? Or could it be to help cover up the trafficking of children a little bit more? That's what I think is the bigger reason. How easy is it to traffic now? They're not even going to do DNA tests on the people coming across the border.
with that shit.
What is it? Oh, you want to talk about your article? Fine, we'll talk about your article.
No, I was just looking at headlines.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's totally cool. Go ahead, dude.
You say something, Mike?
Sit.
No, I think that's okay. You look at Epstein's Island and all that shit, all that cover up and that shit.
Yeah.
Now this is like way out there, but then the Chris Cornell.
Probably the more out there it is, the more true it is.
You know, Chris Cornell was a act or what's the fucking word? Well, he was going after child molesters and all that.
Chris Hansen?
No, Cornell.
So an activist or
activist, and even what's that other guy from Lincoln Park that passed? Chad. What's his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name. The
I don't know. They were always too whiny. I couldn't listen to them.
I mean, you know, they died of suicide, right?
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what I didn't understand about Chris Cornell is, dude, you made it into your 50s, and then all of a sudden you just decide it's time to end your life.
When it happened, everyone's calling it suicide, but the wife is speaking out now, saying that it wasn't suicide. Chris Cornell's wife. Anyway, so like I'm just saying, like all this stuff with the pedophilia and all this child trafficking. It's like the rich and powerful are the ones that's doing this, right? Or at least they're, you know.
That's been the suspicion all along.
So, and you look at what's happened with grooming, like they want these.
And you wonder,
like yeah, they're going after younger and younger children, and they're exposing them to sex. You know, with that book. This book is gay, like how to perform all these sexual acts and all that. Well, it's kind of like that's
but here's the other part you got with that. You have a large part of the LGBTQ, what do you call it?
The community,
demographic community that's against a lot of this shit going on with the kids. So it's kind of like feminism, where, okay, fine, I get it. You need a cause, LGBTQ, whatever. But then when you started involving drag queens and children and drag shows, family-friendly drag shows, and making children question their sexuality at a young age and stuff like that, well, now you've pushed it too far. And you've got a lot of people in your own community. It's like feminism. Feminism, the idea behind it, okay, I get it. But then it pushed way too far. Now you got females going, this is the stupidest freaking thing ever. You've gone way too far.
Yeah, it's not about empowering women. It's just about hating men.
Same thing with the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people within the community going, no, this is wrong. You can't do this to children.
And they're the silent ones. I mean, they're the ones that you don't hear about.
Yeah.
But I think each of those groups created their own problems with feminism, created the men stuff because the empowering and women are separate and powerful and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's a big part of the emasculation.
It turned around like, well, it's the same thing you were pushing, and now it's just men taking it over, and you can't argue against it because it's what you were pushing for. Same thing with the LGBTQ. You're fighting for all these rights and ability to do things and be unique and blah, blah, blah.
Now it's back.
And now it's further than you wanted it to be, but you started that truck rolling downhill.
Right. And it lost.
And it's acceptable. It's just now it's not acceptable to you anymore. Now it's where you're where other people were.
Yeah.
And it's still
rolling.
And
you want off the ride. And I get it. I totally get it. If you're one of the people in either one of those communities, I totally get wanting off the ride.
You look at the 1%ers, right? The richest of the rich in the world. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have so much money, but there's certain things they can't do really without a public outcry. Like, well, like child molestation, right? No matter what, no matter how much money they have, if once it hits the public, public knowledge that this person is doing this, I mean,
do you think then there's some truth to them having dirt on one another, and that's what keeps the most rich people in check with one another?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're pushing for. They want to push for a time where it's, I guess, safe for them to molest children. That's what I'm thinking. Like they can molest children. Like they're brainwashing a whole generation with all this grooming and stuff. And
well, it came out to either today or yesterday, also about Bill Gates having close ties with Epstein. Like, oh no, shit, you don't say. That guy's always been so
Well,
normal
that's
to me.
why his wife left him. Part of the reason is she was
When she
uncomfortable
found
with
out
that.
he was
But
on
then,
that
so what
flight
happens
list.
is you go to this island. Hey, man, oh, hey, yeah. Oh, no, I got this island. You want to go to my island? And you go there, and there's all these girls there. You don't know they're underage. Then next thing you know, you're sleeping with one. There's cameras in every room.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's got dirt on you. And that can be spread throughout all the elite community. Now, hey, you got to do what we say or else. And that's where it all starts.
Or even if he doesn't have dirt on you, you have a feeling he probably does, but
Yeah. Well, he does.
There's a picture
If
with
you went-
Bill
if you went to
Clinton in a
Epstein
dress there that Epstein took of Bill Clinton.
well, I
in
think
a
it's a
dress.
painting though, isn't it?
Maybe a painting, but I thought it was a picture also.
Well, he had to pose for the painting because
Yeah.
that's the only way you're going to have a painting.
It was a blue dress with semen on it.
He kept that dress.
I don't know, man. Hey, it's just shit that makes you go, So,
I told my kids too, I'm more of a conspiracy theorist than I ever thought I'd be. Quote
I am
unquote
too.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theorist.
That's what I say, conspiracy theorist
Because
as
it's
well
more
too.
and more
Because,
plausible.
dude, I am.
Things will make sense.
I was totally like, again, well, Alex Jones several years ago. So much of his crap's come true, and I know we've mentioned that on the podcast. But even then, I'm like, it sounds
It's so
far-fetched.
crazy,
And then you realize that there's a lot of truth to it, but his delivery is what made it sound very far-fetched. But now when I hear him say something, not that I listen to him, but if he were to come out and just be like, XYZ is going to happen, I would think twice about doubting it. That's what it's done to me. And again, I wouldn't be this big of a conspiracy theorist, had not so many of them freaking come true.
It's shit. Shit just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
A lot of shit,
So, whatever.
Here's I don't know if I talked about this or asked this question, but so you guys could probably name a popular trans woman, right? Name one. Name a popular trans.
Caitlin.
Okay. Name a trans man.
Well, I've brought that up too.
That
It
one
never
on the
goes the other
swimsuit
way.
issue that we
There's no naturally born females going, no, fuck this. We need to go into men's
what
room.
was that actress? What was her name? She did she was actually in quite a few movies. What the hell was her name? Damn it.
Like RuPaul.
No.
She's a drag queen.
But
She wasn't.
I
she's
know
not
where
a
you're going, Al.
trans.
What you're saying is there's no women or
Yeah,
women
off
that
the
were
top of my
born,
tongue,
natural
no.
women that are fighting to get into men's
No,
restrooms.
but they're there. They're out there, but none of them are being like pushed in the media to be like on this pedestal. Look at this person.
yeah.
Like man of the year or something. It there's so Sonny
That'd be Ellen DeGeneres.
Sonny and Cher's. Well, she's just gay. No, Sonny and Cher's daughter.
Oh, she dresses in a suit. I totally misunderstood.
Chastity is a trans man, Chaz Bono. But
Yeah.
you don't hear about her. I think she just wants her privacy.
Yeah.
She's one of them. But
Okay.
but that does not come to mind though when I bring up that question. But so I mean, name a famous trans man. It's because it's just like what you said. It's
Elliot Page. I can't remember what her name was.
yeah.
But yeah, it didn't roll off my tongue, obviously.
She actually had surgery.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if down there she did, but I know she was in
Juno, yeah.
Inception. It was the one I was trying to think of.
But how many times you see her face plastered on social media and stuff like that? I mean, when she came out with this, saying that she's trans and all that,
All right, let me show this.
then yeah, she was all over the media, but you don't hear about her anymore.
Yeah.
But we still hear about Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
Is it still? It's probably not. Is it still acceptable to call them chicks with dicks?
No.
Are you sure?
It's
Oh, that was like that video I sent y'all. Yeah. There was a stand-up comedian covered after. What's his name? I've seen his whole bits.
Oh,
Not his
Anthony
whole
Jeselnik.
bits, but-
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
His comedies are hilarious.
Yeah, he's got some funny material for sure. But I don't know. It's a one-way controversial thing.
it's funny, yeah. All these trans women, they want to compete with other women. They're chomping at the bit to go be the next gold medal swimmer or weightlifter, but you don't see that trans man trying to compete with men. I mean, there's some that did, like in MMA, and they got destroyed.
I think they shouldn't have a sex or a gender class anymore. It's whatever your chromosome match was when you were born predominantly. So if you're predominantly XX, then you fight or whatever against XX. And if you're XY, you go XY. That's it. There's no cross. Unless you're the weaker of the two and you want to fight the more dominant one, fine. But the weaker of the two is the XX.
I want to see Mike Tyson come out as a trans woman and start fighting women.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What would the all cry? Would they pat him on the back? It's like, you go, girl. Or would they be like,
the same thing
I'd be like, she is an inspiration to young girls everywhere.
I said the same thing about Mayweather, though. He just needs to convert and go kick some ass.
But I think on your question before, why you don't see him, I think there's a certain level of whether guys in general, but even women, there's a certain like ooh factor when we talk about like men with other men, and there was always like the two girls together, like girls acting like the man or being down that role. I think that's always been more acceptable in society,
right,
than the men are with other men down that road.
Okay.
So I think there's something to be said about that. That's why it's more of a, this is more on the front page because now we're trying to accept it. Like before, lesbian activity was more than acceptable
because
in a lot of people's minds.
When it's women, then one's going to be, regardless of what it is, one's going to be dominant, one's more dominant, one's going to be less dominant. And to see women in either role is kind of like, okay, whatever. But to see a dude in the less dominant role, another dude dominating another dude in a sexual manner, that's fucking disgusting.
I mean, but in society, and this is not a knock because, like a Queen Latifah, we've accepted those people as, and she may not be trying to be a man, but just that masculine,
I mean,
she's
that's
done
just my
movies,
opinion, by the way.
she's done
strong
hip-hop,
character.
she's done, predominantly men stuff, and succeeded, and we don't bat an eye at
so
it.
it's like the Fast and the Furious movies, right? There was that one chick, and I actually think in real life she's bisexual. Rodriguez, I think her last name is
Michelle.
I used to think she was hot.
Is it Michelle?
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So I always thought she was hotter than, because she was a bad chick, right? She was fucking kicked ass, everything else. I thought she was hotter than.
That was your homosexual tendencies.
Probably. So, but then some of the pretty girls in that flick.
I agree. I used to think she was so hot.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the point. So when a girl acts dominant, sometimes depending on the personality, it's hot.
It's
when a man acts lesser than dominant,
they're a cuck.
So I don't know. I didn't mean to say fucking disgusting. That rolled off my tongue, and it's just my opinion in my
it's a personal feeling.
Sexual
to you,
preferences.
It's disgusting.
So, but again, well, I mean, I've met gay dudes before that are super cool. So, I mean, I'm not trying to make it personal.
It's kind of like that time you told us about masturbating. You got sperm on your hands, and you went and ate a sandwich without washing them. I think that's disgusting, but you were okay with it.
Well, I mean, I was trying to save water.
It was during the drought.
Yeah, it was during the drought.
You were like,
we didn't have any soap in the house.
I couldn't tell where the mayo began, and
Fuck.
But I conserved the most water that month, didn't I?
yeah, you did, and I could smell it.
Yeah, I didn't shower. I showered like once the whole month.
But your penis was clean because you were rubbing dirt off that like crazy all month long.
Yeah, you were there. You saw it, all right.
I did.
Callous stick.
But I don't know. There's just there is sometimes a certain hotness to, more dominant or stronger, like tough girls, bad girls.
And they don't have to be.
It depends on the personality and the hotness of their bodies and everything else.
Like when you look at movies and the female character is like a badass.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these movies fail, right? With the female character,
when they're the main character,
yeah,
yes.
the main character, and they're like invincible, superhero, whatever. A lot of those movies fail, but when it's a female character, a main character that's forced to fight, forced to be tough, and they pull through at the end, those
backed in a
succeed.
corner kind of thing.
Yeah, like Aliens, Sigourney Weaver. She's fighting for her life. And she wasn't like a badass, but she had to step up and fight for her life.
You talk about
but no,
Tina Turner?
we were talking about hot chicks though. So
She's not ugly. I wouldn't
were you
say
talking-
like
I
she's
missed the
hot.
name. Who'd you
hot.
say?
Sigourney Weaver.
There was times that I thought she was hot. And for one of the Ghostbusters, the one for
Probably
some
the
reason I
second
thought
one.
she was hot in that.
No,
I don't know why.
Galaxy Quest when she was a blonde. I thought she looked freaking.
Oh, yep.
Good as
with,
a blonde.
Tim
pretty
Allen.
exceptional. I don't think I've ever seen.
I wouldn't say
that.
she's
I
like
don't remember
hot,
Ghostbusters.
but
I was a
She
kid.
had some sex appeal or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, like movies like that. Even like superhero movies when they have flaws. With a woman, the woman character is has superhero strength or whatever, but they have flaws. Even that's a lot more believable, even though it's all fictitious. But just to make a like John Wick, if that was a female, I don't know if that would fly.
What if John Wick was Steven Seagal?
That'll be badass.
There's a YouTube video. I'll send it to you. These guys that CGI'd Steven Seagal into a lot of stuff.
So I have a question for you.
It was pretty funny, the whole making of it.
In
What's up?
Conan the Barbarian, did you think Grace Jones was hot?
Oh, shit. Why do we got to go back to 70s movies, man? I can't
She has
remember.
sex appeal.
No.
She has sex appeal.
No.
No, because she like an innovator.
Stop.
Right? She had the
Stop
shaved head. Like because she's black.
She didn't have a shaved head. She had a little bit of hair.
No, but
barely.
She had like a high
Curtains
top.
match the drapes, probably.
She
Or
had-
curtains match carpet, whatever the hell it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
You
yeah.
mix a double batch and die the snatch to match.
Well, was Arnold hot in that?
I mean,
Well,
when he's
yeah.
standing next to Will Chamberlain, yeah.
That was the second one.
Oh yeah, true.
The first one was
Freaking Arnold, of course.
Jerry Lopez. He was a surfer from Hawaii. That he was an archer, the guy, right?
Who was the old guy with the eye?
I don't know, some Asian guy,
Remember? Yeah. I think he was in Big Trouble in Little China.
and he had James Earl Jones.
Oh yeah,
The King of Zamunda.
that's a different movie.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's James Earl Jones. He was the King of Zamunda.
Oh yeah. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Well, that was Eddie Murphy. But, yeah. I mean, not Eddie Murphy that said it. It was his Eddie Murphy's penis they were talking about.
One of his servants. It's good to be the king.
That was a good movie.
That's a different movie. Though.
That was a classic movie.
That one, and didn't Harlem Nights come out shortly after that? That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my faves too.
Yeah.
Shot my pinky toe.
Freaking Harlem Nights is one of those ones like I could watch over and over if I was just going through channels and it was on. I'd just leave it on.
Oh, they had
It's one of those movies.
yeah, they had all
They
who's
raised up in there.
who. Who's who in the
Back when Arsenio Hall was famous.
black actors.
Or Arsenio Hall had his own night.
Red Fox was
night
in
show.
that.
Oh yeah, and all the
Red Fox
comedians
was
in
in
there.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
That
Or-
scene though, where he's shooting that gun. Now they're all shooting. He's like,
He's
"Will you quit shooting that little mother?" He was all so mad. They would go off, and he'd stand up after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of goofy scenes in that flick.
Remember that got a lot of heat for the violence. Remember when it came out?
Really?
Yeah.
Which is weird. It came out about the same time as that movie Johnny Dangerously,
Mm.
which had okay. I don't know if it had any violence because I don't
With
remember watching it.
Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harlem Nights was it for me. That was good. We weren't allowed to, like, my dad watched it, and then he would watch it sometimes late at night, but we weren't allowed to watch it. But if my mom went to bed, he'd let us watch it with him. Or we'll watch
I love
scenes.
that movie.
Mm.
But, yeah. Hey, baby, put mama on the phone. Yeah, I ain't coming home no more. And then he hangs up all satisfied with himself. Anyway.
So you guys, this weekend, actually it's 2 weekends ago. I meant to bring it up last week.
Okay.
We should start doing this as a normal thing, but I only have one today. So do you guys want to stay hip with your kids?
Okay.
What do you mean?
I know that's impossible for you, Mike.
No, my kids actually are worried that I'm a little bit cooler than them.
They must be not cool at all.
No, they're super cool. They're just worried that they're not the coolest kids. So, whatever.
So anyway, I used the word, and I used it in context in a sentence.
Okay.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to let you guys guess what it is, and then I'll give you what it actually is.
Okay.
The word is munch, and when you use it to reference somebody's descriptive term like you're a munch.
You're a munch.
That means you.
Sheep.
No. It's something that's gross, like eating someone else's butt snack or something.
It's close. So it is used, and this is from Urban Dictionary, because I can tell you what it is, but this is probably give you better description. There's a couple of terms for it, but a man who wants to have sexual interaction with a woman, but is only allowed by a woman to give her oral pleasure. Girl, you ever going to let him get some? Nah. That N-word, a munch. So basically, like a guy used a girl. So just, yeah. He's never going to get any. He's only going to eat her pussy out. Is that is. He's like friend zone to a degree.
Okay,
but
so he's never going to get any, meaning she will never give it up.
No, a munch is someone whose only use is eating pussy without getting anything in return.
So all right, so she's not willing to reciprocate or anything else. All he just has to serve her.
Girl, I don't want him. He's a munch.
That's because that's all he does.
So yeah, it's not
who's the controlling one, and her or him?
Her.
Who's the one determining?
Because I'm sure it's something where he's pursuing.
Oh, so when you say he's a munch, he's only good for that.
Yep.
He will never get anything more.
It's like a guy that only used a girl for,
I think I got
string her along or whatever, thinking.
What's the opposite
of a munch?
For the female. She's a lunch. Everyone had her. I don't know. Well, what would be?
I mean, if you're letting her just go down on you with her hopes of, if I just keep doing this, I'm going to get somewhere. But I think that's a term that goes right along with the feminism. It's their version. Feel like it's empowering or whatever. But you can use that word at home with your wife. She'll be like, yeah, that's you, Al.
I don't even get that.
I got it. It's interesting. You learn something new every day. All those slang words change every day too. So
who would come to mind? Someone that would be a munch.
Are we going to say their name right here?
I mean, can you think of someone that you would like?
I mean,
I ain't going to call him nothing because there ain't no dude munching on nothing that I got.
My thing is, guys lie about that shit. They ain't going to be like, yeah, I just get to eat her pussy.
No, well, but you can tell by the character, right? You can tell.
They're a simp. They're they're weak. They're
a cuck.
Male. Like a cuck.
I can honestly think of no one. I'm sure they're out there, but
you don't think that guy that sat right here last week is that?
Well, he does have 3 kids with his wife, so it kind of rules that out.
I don't know. I don't remember who was here last week.
Tall, bald.
Yeah, he has 3 kids with his wife, so I don't know that that's the case.
Fetterman?
Oh, did anyone watch any latest news on that guy?
No, is he still?
He's like AWOL, isn't he?
Fetterman? No, he showed up. I didn't recognize him at first because I didn't know he owned a suit, but he showed up in a suit like last week and started babbling.
Everyone thought he was the butler.
Yeah.
You rang.
I just
fire bad.
I mean, joke's on us. I mean, it's one thing to get him in office for a vote, but they're putting him in charge of shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. There's a lot.
Are they daring people to talk shit about him? Is that what they think they're going to get somewhere, or what? What is the point?
That was pretty much saying anybody can be a politician.
He shows up to
and
work.
we know that already.
He's
We
in the
don't need
halls
to
of
prove it.
Congress with a hoodie on.
I know.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
shorts.
Hoodie and shorts. I'm like, how does this pass? Like, I get it. There's a lot of dirtbags on Capitol Hill that I don't dig, but at least they're kind of dressed up.
My name is Fetterman.
But he's
No, and there's
But I'm like, shit, I didn't recognize him. I put a
Even in
comment on
the-
something. I'm like, shit, I didn't recognize him. I didn't know he owned a suit.
That's true idiocracy. That's the true person we're putting in charge.
Yeah, next thing you know,
no,
they'll
and,
be,
Bobert's another one.
Yeah.
Like just to go on the other side of the
Whoa,
aisle.
wait a minute.
aisle
Wait a
here.
minute. She is getting divorced, so there I see new futures for her.
yeah.
Oh, the husband was shocked when he got served the papers. No, but she never graduated from high school.
Justin's thinking there's some hope here.
But
That's
when,
right.
when she started to think about running for to be a representative, running for Congress, she had to get her GED, which it took her more than one time to pass.
Yeah, but tell me she doesn't speak at least coherently and make some legitimate
Well,
arguments.
yeah, I mean she's definitely more.
I think she's
You know-
probably a little bit young and a little bit hot-headed, but other than that,
You know why I trust her? You want to know why I trust her?
Because she has boobs.
Because just like that,
well, that and
I'm a munch. But anyway,
yeah, I guess Justin, that would make you a munch.
it's like that Taylor
I'd be
Green.
willing to do that.
You definitely know they're not on the inside of any inn.
That's why I like them because
No one is inviting them in
I don't sense that they're on the inside of anything.
unless they're truly in and they're like, okay, what you're going to do this week is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That could be. You got to play bad cop. Got to go in there and start firing pistols. Being all hot-headed.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to bring her up. Just we're not just picking on one side here.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but if
difference.
I had a choice between tube top and holsters and
Yeah.
whatever that Fetterman
Oh
is.
yeah.
That's a no-brainer because Fetterman can't speak in sentences, and a lot of
I
it is
mean,
he can't process
They have
auditory.
similar boobs. They both have similar boobs, but
But he can't. If you listen, you should be able to understand what's being said to you and asked of you, and then create somewhat of a coherent sentence. Okay, and you know what? I don't wish a stroke on anybody, but after the stroke, you're not fit to run for politics if you can't communicate effectively.
are you guys going to kick me off the podcast if I have a stroke?
I thought you already did.
That was already in the plan. We thought you already had a stroke, though.
Yeah, with that droopy face, your whole right side's just droopy.
That's fat.
Oh, my bad.
So, but no, I mean, I think there's a big difference between the two. But I mean, it is the way of the buffalo. Like, look at it. You got Biden who can't string a sentence together. You got Fetterman who can't string a sentence
it's in the
together.
VP.
We're just kind of going. The VPs circle talk.
Yeah.
Like she just talks around in a circle.
Hey, let's circle jerk.
I
No,
can't,
that's what she did earlier on in her
I can't
career.
use the words to describe the words that I want to use.
So the words are then they're happy words because we can't have bad words because words are happy.
And then you have to laugh.
How did she speak as a prosecutor? This is where you know that she doesn't know anything about what she's doing, because to be a prosecutor, she had to know her shit and have it together.
She just slept with the mayor.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and what's his name? Who's the talk show guy? Oh fuck, I can't remember anybody's name. Montel Williams.
Oh,
Montel Jordan.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, she slept with Montel Williams before she got with the mayor, didn't she?
Well,
Wasn't that how
like
she
yeah,
got-
downtown Jerry Brown,
yeah.
or was it the other
She dated.
Brown?
She
Judge.
dated Montel Williams.
Yeah. So,
would you sleep your way to the top
I would
if you had the opportunity?
if there was a top here.
yeah, I'm kind of with Justin on that. It kind of depends on to the top of what exactly.
Your career. I mean, like just to get the pinnacle.
No.
I mean,
I
like,
did that at work to lower middle management.
Look how far you got.
I'm almost as equal as them now.
After I got done, I was like, sorry, we're gonna have to demote you.
You munch.
Freaking munch.
No, I mean, like, you know, a fucking 7-figure, 8-figure salary.
Go one
Are
more.
we counting cents?
9-figure. Yeah, probably.
No, would you? For 8-figure salary.
Men or
I
women?
would, but
man or woman?
I wouldn't
You have, I mean, you got to sleep.
sleep or just give head.
It depends who's holding the key.
I mean, do you gotta
stick.
go? Did you gotta actually do it with them, or you just oral?
You could just munch them, I
Is
guess.
this the same as
Okay.
1 10 times or 10 one time?
Similar, but no. I mean, I'm just
Would
trying to
you?
paint the scenario.
8-figure salary. Would you sleep your way?
Yes, because this is why I say yes. Because this is right in line with the question that we used to joke around with as kids. Would you suck a dick halftime at the Super Bowl for $100 million,
Yes,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
where
much
everyone in the
hesitation.
world is watching?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So would I.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
100.
"Oh, aren't you that guy?" I sure am.
Oh, yeah.
it's really screaming.
We used to always joke around about that. Would you
100
for
million?
$1 million?
No, now you're saying 1 million. That's
Well, I
one
mean,
100th of what
when
we
we
were
were
talking
kids,
about.
it probably was $1 million. That's probably what we were.
What is it, Dr. Evil age? You know, it's
Well,
like
when I
$1
was-
million.
$1 million was a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was to me
It
until I
was.
counted that high, and then I was
You
like, that
could-
wasn't that far.
You could retire on that money. Now
yeah,
you
it
can't
ain't
really-
enough.
that's not
you
a.
could live paycheck to paycheck till your next dick, till your next Super Bowl.
I need 100 million. That's what you initially said.
Would you for
100
10
mil.
million? What about 10 million?
Probably not.
Okay, 100 million, and it's Whoopi Goldberg. You got to munch that.
Oh yeah, that'd be easy.
100 million?
Yeah.
And does that have to be a Super Bowl? Or just it's got to be?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Put your face all out there
Yeah, I'd probably do it.
with Whoopi.
Look,
I
you
think-
can wash that taste out of your mouth for $100
I
million.
think for $1 million, I'd do that. I think any vagina would be
Okay.
easier than.
And then
any
you could be like,
penis.
hey, I went where Ted Danson went.
Whoopi or Michael Jackson, if he was alive.
Does Michael Jackson have a vagina? Or if he's,
I'd have to go Whoopi.
in this scenario.
I'm sorry, but
it would probably have to be Whoopi, dude.
I couldn't have him going hee hee up on the microphone while we're doing it.
I would probably have to go with Whoopi as well.
I'll take Michael. He's probably more gentle.
Oh, behind closed doors?
No, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to go with them.
He's probably shoving it in your face.
I'll have to go with Whoopi. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Oh, we got questions? I forgot my question.
Munch.
Who was
What?
asking all these questions about munching?
Oh. Would you?
All right, well, we got to wrap this one up. Anyway.
Okay, I have this is the debate, right, about men and women drivers. All right, so what's your opinion on this? Are men or women better drivers?
So what the hell kind of question is that?
Based on insurance rates, women.
Of course, women aren't.
No, I'm just talking about controlling the car. I'm not talking about getting tickets.
Who's safer?
That's
It's who's better. He's asking who's better.
who
not
can
who's safer.
control a car better, a man or a woman. Okay, like I'm not talking about.
I think they're
who
both
gets-
equally
So if it's
trainable.
you driving with your spouse, she's still technically controlling the car.
No, it's like, okay, so you get speeding tickets, right? That has nothing to do with it. It's just you're just bad at obeying
Obeying the law.
The law. That has nothing to do with driving skills. So put it into a different perception.
Well, there's no women's NASCAR.
but there are women drivers.
Yeah, but not to the degree.
Yeah, but okay. So just say your kids got kidnapped by this fucking psycho guy that's going to kill him, Now, to get your kids free, you have to drive this obstacle course in a car.
Oh, I'd hire Jason Statham.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Just let me finish.
sorry.
Not Don or Dom. No,
No, not Dom.
He can drive backwards out of a skyscraper.
Burt Reynolds from Smoking a
I don't think you've watched enough Jason Statham movies, dude.
No, so you have to drive this track, right? This car racing track or whatever, and you have to complete it within a certain time. And parallel parking is part of it.
Oh,
Who gets behind the wheel? You or your wife?
Me.
A man or a woman? Like you or your wife?
Me.
Why?
Because I can leave emotion out of it and just freaking drive and get the damn job done.
Because I think there's emotion, and if it's your kids on the line, there's an emotion there. I don't think she can.
She can't e-brake into a freaking parallel parking position as good as I can.
So men are better drivers. They're more skilled at controlling a car than women. That's your opinion.
I'm not saying that. You know what? If I got in a race with Danica Patrick, she might whoop my ass.
Yeah, but that's different.
Okay. See? But she's a woman driver.
That's 1 in a billion.
So this topic came up a few years ago on better drivers, men or women, right? We had at a social gathering, and it came up, and then someone brings up, "Oh, who had more tickets?" I'm like, "Well, we're not talking about that." And I put
that doesn't count because a chick can always blowjob her way out of a ticket.
and so I brought up this scenario, and not one single woman could honestly say that they would get behind the wheel. They all said, "No, my husband would have to get behind the wheel." There was one woman that said, "I'll do it," but she was just bluffing her way.
Is that because society is ingrained in them that they can't do things as well as a man? So it's not an actual truth. It's just that it's
because they're too preoccupied on the road. They want to know what every car on the road is doing, not the immediate one and 15-second look.
Plus, how can they nag you if they're driving?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just how they approach driving. It's just a lot different than men. Yeah.
My mom drove with both feet. It ain't happening.
Yeah, that's scary
And
shit.
she didn't drive a clutch.
That pisses off everybody around you.
I've seen women.
How is this car
You couldn't
accelerating?
tell
and
if
the
you
brake
rode
lights
with her.
on?
You couldn't tell because she did her whole life, but it was just drove me crazy.
The people behind her can tell. Why is this car accelerating with the brake lights on? Drives me crazy. Because then your brake lights being on means nothing to me, and I'm behind you.
I've seen a lot of like older women, and they actually got into accidents that way because they're slamming on the brake while the foot's on the gas at the same time. You know, in that split instance, they panic.
Yeah, it's in a panic state.
And so they're pressing the gas while pressing the brake. So,
Yeah, but if your wife's with you and you fuck up, oh, you're a munch. Oh, you always fuck up.
That ain't happening tonight if you talk to me like that.
Now the kids are dead because of you. Now I can go hang out with your friend Larry because we don't have anything in common.
What the fuck? Your friend
We don't have
Larry?
nothing holding me back anymore.
Oh my gosh. This is going downhill, man.
I know.
yeah, we're way past the.
There's a knock on our door. You can't say Larry without that.
Oh,
Well-
that's true. Yeah, Larry.
I don't know. We talked about nothing, but we talked about something. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry
Much
that
of
one.
much of nothing.
Running the
thank-
clock. I did it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Coach.
I don't know what we'd do without you.
You guys are
Mike.
welcome. No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Hit like, subscribe, not describe, prescribe, subscribe.
Inscribe.
Sorry, I had a Biden moment there.
And whichever
But
one of you pussies
comments below.
put some negative comments in the comment section again, I'll fucking find you.
No, we love it. Good or bad, just
I love
comment.
it.
Oh, never
I
mind.
haven't even read the comments on
Just
the show in
comment
a
on
while,
that.
so I'm going to have to probably do it next time.
I mean, I don't even watch our podcast, so
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Savage Berea. Montezuma?
The burritos are actually pretty damn good.
Are they?
I just got to find a lot of sour cream, so I'm glad I got the sour cream.
That's not
burrito.
sour cream. That's why it took so long.
There we go. There we go.
There we go, guy.
Oh, there it goes.
Test.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. I'm never buying these fucking things again. About these zero sugar ones, they are fucking terrible. Well, they're not terrible.
Well, dude, get yourself a banquet or a fucking Miller Lite or something.
I figured the more
Or-
drunk I got, the better they would taste, but it's not.
You're, get some with sugar in it.
You gotta control the clock.
I can't reach it.
That's
so.
a lot of it. That's a lot of I don't know.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
I can't reach it. It's so hard.
No.
Not you. Everything's backward. I don't know if I can do this. Testicles.
It's like trying to wipe
Yes.
with your opposite hand. It's so hard.
Testicles.
What is Noya? Moya.
Huh?
What is Moya?
None of your business.
What's Moya your
That
business?
sounds Jewish. Moya.
You guys got stories. What are they talking about?
Politics,
Anuses.
bleached anuses.
Oh. So you're talking about your sphinxter.
What, my 45th experience doing it. Never had it go like that before.
So would you have just a regular checkup?
Yeah, no, it's my every 2 week chocolate starfish bleaching.
Every 2 weeks?
Every 2
Nice.
weeks. Yeah, it keeps
Nice.
keeps it real nice and clean looking. Gives a clean look.
What are you doing now?
Huh?
Did you get a new phone?
No.
No, he just got a gayer case protector thing for it. All right, are we kicking off? What do we do, guys? Come on, let's get it bumped up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.